Welcome back. It's the Neon Nightcast podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. I'm holding up 7 fingers, but you can't see that. I'm Michael Thrax. I'm joined by Garrett Zagri and Eric the Dr. Soybean.
Always a pleasure.
There you go. You did it this month or week. Yeah, so what's going on, boys? How are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling all right. I had some ramen today, some takoyaki, pretty tasty.
Takoyaki.
What's that again?
Takoyaki is like pancake. Well, the way they describe it on the menu at the place I went to is pancake balls with octopus inside of it. But the pancake isn't like cooked all the way through. Like the pancake's still on the outside, it's like firm and everything, but on the inside it's still nice and like gooey.
It's those
it's fucking delicious.
It's like those balls that they'll eat on festivals and animes.
Yeah. Oh, like you'll see them with the balls like stuck on a toothpick and
Yeah. That
Nice.
stuff looks really good, though.
It's really tasty.
I don't think I would ever want to eat octopus because they're like an intelligent species.
Yeah, that's one of the few things I feel weird about eating is because of how fucking smart octopuses are.
Like elephants.
Dogs are smart as a 2.5-year-old, and I would eat a dog.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, like dogs, dolphins, whales, octopus, any of those super intelligent animals. It's just not right. Like any animal that has a conscious mind. Just why?
Yeah,
I mean,
octopuses are way more intelligent than like the shit we eat regularly, by which I mean like chickens, cows, and pigs. Octopuses are way fucking more intelligent than them.
Yeah.
Are squid intelligent?
No.
Yes, but not as much as octopuses. But yeah, they are.
Squid's okay. I eat it sometimes, like calamari. It's okay. But
I don't like it just because I don't like the texture.
I was doing recording with Anita. We were doing Zelda today, and she was telling me how whales will come to humans to like get them out of like fishing nets because like they recognize that like humans can help them. That's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, do whales know that like other humans put those nets there, or do they not know what the nets are?
Whales don't generalize. Not all humans are bad. Some are, not all of them.
Yeah. Oh, if you're a whale hunter, don't watch this because I don't like you. Get off this channel.
We're gonna have whale hunters listening to our show. We'll have that one Discovery Channel TV series, Whale Hunters or whatever.
Yeah, we talked about that actually the other.
We did.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's get right into the news.
Let's get right into the news.
That was a horrible impersonation. That's that guy.
Let's get right into the news.
Right into the news. Drama report.
Drama report.
The guy with the popcorn and the gnome.
I don't know.
He was big like 2 years ago. Because he got really big and like iDubbbz made fun of him. He did a content cop on it.
I fucking love iDubbbz content cops.
Yeah, dude. They're amazing.
Oh, so good.
That's like his best work. Anyways.
You guys ever see The Network?
Why?
The Network.
It's a movie and it's about like, well, it's about kind of like, I guess like people, I don't know really how to describe it, but it's about like, it's that famous movie where it's got like the guy going on a rant on the news and he's like, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
The Network.
What about
Anyways,
it?
It's from 1976.
Because you were parodying like news people, and that's kind of what it's about.
Oh. Okay. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about weed becoming legal in Canada, because that was recently announced. October 17th.
17th, I believe, yeah.
Is
The day you guys can start smoking
We
weed.
will be the second country in the world that will legalize it nationally, which I think that's crazy.
It is really crazy. I mean, I think it's a good thing. Like, I'm all for legalization of weed. One,
It should
because-
make our country a lot of tax money. And
Yeah,
that's
well,
always good.
another reason why it's good, my main reason, is because if you're 18, you can do whatever the fuck you want, in my opinion. Like, do whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't harm other people.
Yeah.
Like, you should be able to do just about anything, including drugs.
Right.
Also, marijuana is the most harmless drug we've found, basically.
That you can do like recreationally or whatever the fuck.
Recreation.
Yeah,
Recreation. Say it with me, Mike.
No. Let's not do this.
Recreationally.
But the only thing that I'm concerned of is like I think there's gonna have to be more police officers patrolling the roads.
Why?
Just because so many more people are gonna be fucking stoned driving all the time. And
Well,
like
that
I
probably
know
will
it's not as
happen.
bad as drinking and driving, but it's still like
Yeah. You definitely shouldn't be driving stoned, but yeah, it's I don't think it's the same thing as driving drunk.
That's not,
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that. I was just I don't know. Like I know that there's gonna be people at my work. They'll be blazed out of their mind the entire shift.
Well, I
Dude,
think they
have
already.
people I work at Domino's, and I have people that are blazed out of their mind my entire shift. Like, their entire shift, sorry, is what I'm going to say. They're, like, high.
I think they already have a breathalyzer for pot. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm for it.
I mean,
As someone that doesn't
go ahead.
as someone that doesn't smoke weed, I am for it because, like, if anything, it is like I said, it's something that the government will be able to tax, and that means there'll be more money coming into the country.
Also, government regulated weed is much safer than, like, weed that might be laced with something.
Yeah.
Like, if you're getting it from, like, a government dispensary, whatever. I can't say that word apparently. Dispensary. There we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be safe. And it's not going to be, like, it's not going to fuck you up.
I don't think a lot of people do lace weed. I know that was a huge thing when I was growing up. Everyone was always scared of it. Or they'd be like, yo, the weed I had last night was totally laced. Like, was it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess of the three of us, I have the most experience with pot, even though I don't smoke it I haven't smoked it in years, but I did for many, many years. I smoked it pretty much every day. And
Every day.
I don't think there ever was a time that I smoked laced weed, at least that I was aware of.
Because you had a good plug, Eric.
I know there's that scene in Training Day where the new cop thinks he's just smoking weed, but it's laced with PCP? Man, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Also, there's
Yeah, I don't know.
if you're hearing
There's that episode of
scratching
Frasier.
right now, it's because my cat's freaking out for some reason. So I'm
There's that episode of Frasier where Niles thinks he smoked, or he thinks he
Oh,
eats
that's a
it.
great
and
one.
the
Brown
dad
paper.
and the dad
Martin,
eats it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Martin eats it. And,
That is a
that's
great
such a good episode.
That's such a
Because
good episode.
Niles is acting like he's high when he's really sober, and Martin's just trying to act normal, but he's like totally high.
That's one of the
Yeah.
best, man.
Because he doesn't even realize that he's high. He doesn't realize
Yeah.
how fucked he's being.
Yeah. Keeping this weed conversation going, you have written Oklahoma weed?
Oh yeah, so Oklahoma has the voters in Oklahoma passed a thing that basically lets them smoke marijuana medicinally. It's not recreationally, which is really actually crazy because the amount of states that do allow medicinal marijuana is not that high, and Oklahoma is considered a pretty conservative area.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say was surprising. I guess as a Canadian, I'm surprised that you have states that still don't allow it for medicinal use. That's weird. But then Oklahoma letting that go through, Good for
Yeah,
them.
so-
But like, yeah, my Oklahoma is supposed to be pretty redneck, right?
Those good
Okay,
old Okies, as they call them.
See, I have a weird relationship with the term redneck and hick, because hick is like hillbilly, fuck your cousin type shit, right?
Yeah.
And redneck is more like just,
Trucks,
in my opinion,
country music,
yeah,
drinking
trucks,
beer.
country, like redneck is Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Hank Hill and his friends are redneck.
And you know Hank doesn't want anyone smoking weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa!
Dad, it's medicinal.
The boy ain't right. But
That weed ain't dank.
Anyway, I think there's 6 or 7 states that allow weed like recreationally, like Colorado, California, Washington, Oregon, like, and a couple states in the Northeast. But there's only 30 that allow marijuana for medicinal use, and the fact that Oklahoma is one of them is actually pretty surprising, because like I said, it's an extremely conservative state.
Well,
You know what I always thought was weird about Oklahoma?
What?
Is how they call their big football team the Sooners. What the fuck is a Sooner? And that's why
a
JR
college team.
That's why JR in WWE, sometimes he was from Oklahoma, and sometimes when something really fucked would happen, he'd go, Boomer Sooner. But what the fuck is a Sooner?
I think one trip to Wikipedia could help you out.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. A Sooner,
Well, the
according to
thought just occurred
Wikipedia,
to
was
me now.
it was a settler who entered the area now known as Oklahoma before the official start of the land rush. The name derived from the Sooner Clause of the Unassigned Land Act. And that's all I'm going to read, because I don't want our listeners to fall asleep.
Yeah, I was going to say, I always really like the name JR, because it's one of the main characters from Blade Runner.
JR, he's a real tough guy, and he lives on a ranch with his mom.
JR Sebastian.
All right.
He has friends. He makes them. They're toys. They're my friends. That's a really shitty quote.
But I like JR from WWE. He was one of their like best announcers. I don't think he really does much for them anymore because he's getting kind of up there in years. But
Didn't JR die?
No, but he's the one who was
Did
he was really
die?
he was really big on Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was the one who would always like whenever Stone Cold would come out, he would like flip the fuck out and be like, Stone Cold. Also, he's the one who always has those famous wrestling quotes when it's like, by God, he was broken in half and shit like that.
Yeah.
And what I always thought was awesome about him is he didn't really wrestle that much because he was never a wrestler before he became an announcer like a lot of them are. But sometimes he would have matches, and he actually had his own style of match called a country whipping match. So it was him and whoever he was fighting, and they'd both have like leather straps and just whip the shit out of each other.
Did it get some BDSM shit in there?
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore because that shit fucking hurts, man. I remember being like thinking like when they would like bring a chair out, thinking that was like the hardest shit in the world.
And they have a fucking sledgehammer though. Like,
yeah, but the sledgehammer, he gimmicks that shot. Like when you see him do a sledgehammer shot, he puts his hand over the end of it.
Yeah.
But the chair shots, they don't gimmick that. They actually just whale the guy with it.
And also well, I'm not sure that WWE does this anymore, but like the Japanese wrestling, whenever they like fall on shards of glass and like the neon light tubes or whatever.
Oh yeah. WWE, they never really got into broken glass. That was a bit, I guess,
like
too fucked for them.
That shit is disgusting. I would never want to watch a Japanese wrestling match because of that. Like, I don't want to see them fucking just shred their backs with glass.
That's like they do that in JCW, I feel. A lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They use light tubes in JCW, but
JCW.
JCW is the Juggalo, the ICP wrestling franchise.
Oh,
Juggalo. Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I think the craziest thing they do in WWE is probably every once in a while they'll use thumbtacks. And that's like you'll see a guy take a fall, get thrown on thumbtacks, and he'll have like 100 tacks stuck into his back.
That's not nearly as bad as shards of glass, I feel.
I think it would hurt like a bitch, but
it would. But like you're not gonna have fucking glass in
when
you.
When I was into ICP, I used to watch JCW, and that shit was pretty entertaining too.
Did you have a Juggalo tattoo?
No.
Do you want a Juggalo tattoo?
No, I didn't. I was in ICP for a summer because they actually do have one really good album, and their movies are both actually really entertaining. Like for like B movies.
What are their movies?
Big Money Rustlers and Big Money Hustlers. They're like comedy movies. Yeah, I don't know, like they're good.
I know that recently the Juggalos got in the U.S. the FBI categorized them as a gang or a hate group.
And they really fought it.
They tried to fight it. Like, we're not a fucking gang. Like, we don't go do we don't do aggressive behavior. Well, they do, but it's not like
so that's the thing about ICP. Is as much as they're like, oh, I'll fucking kill you, you know, like in their music and shit, like I'll chop you out, blah blah blah. The Juggalos and what they really do promote a lot is like loving everyone and accepting everyone. It's like, oh, we're all fucked up, you know, we're all just in this shit together, you know. It is like a really like hypocritical thing because like their music can be very angry, but then them themselves are like really nice guys and they do promote that shit.
Yeah.
I think they're both really charismatic. I love both of them. Like them in interviews or them just, you know, when you see them like outside of the music and stuff, they just seem like just great people. They get a bad rap because like they're fucking rapping clowns and shit,
and the fact that the logo is Hatchet Man.
Yeah, that's so stupid. But when they went into
go on.
When they went into WWE briefly, they weren't very liked there.
They
to
got
the point where
screwed over by them though. I'll bring it up, but you continue.
Well, basically, people in WWE didn't like them because it's like this old school mentality that some people have where it's like if you get in the WWE, you're supposed to start wrestling in like shitty little indie shows in front of 50 people and do that for years before you earned to be in the WWE. Yeah. Whereas they brought ICP in, and they had done their own indie shit for a bit, but they were brought in because they were famous for something else other than wrestling, so that a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't feel like they'd paid their dues, basically. Yeah. And because of that, I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been the Nasty Boys, but one of the first matches they were in, the guys they were wrestling basically like started to beat the shit out of them, like legitimately.
Yeah,
to like haze them, basically.
That's fucked up. And from what I hear, they didn't accept payment, and what they wanted from like them in return was like advertising, like while like for their like music and stuff during like the WWE shows, and basically that they just wanted their stuff to be advertised, and they would like wrestle for free. And so they wrestled, and like I think they said that like they never play like their commercials and stuff. So WWE like really fucked them over, and then of course that's why they left and blah blah.
If that's all true, but
yeah.
So can we talk about memes for a second?
And how they're not legal in the EU anymore?
Oh. Yeah, is that yeah? I thought that was like what you wanted to bring up.
Oh yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I was gonna bring up this fucking bird meme that I'm seeing all over the place, all like within the past few days, and I don't really understand. It's like a bird sitting on a branch.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't get it though. Like, what's the deal with that?
Okay,
Okay, let's make sure we're talking about the right one. And then another bird comes in and just starts yelling, right? That one?
I've just seen. Yeah. Okay, now I'm looking at a WebM, and that's what's happening.
Okay, so the way I'm gonna explain it is one I saw. It was the little bird is Fallout 76, and it's like Bethesda, and then the big bird is the fan base of Fallout screaming for Fallout New Vegas.
You say Bethesda really weird.
Sorry.
So the meme is like it's the little bird says something, and then the big bird shows up with something related to that same thing, but more popular and yells about it.
Yeah, like, so the little bird is just having a good time singing his little song, and then the big bird is like very like obnoxious and like
obnoxious,
screaming.
ignorant, yeah, just like an asshole. Just comes in and starts yelling because he wants the attention. He wants everyone to talk about what he's talking about and not what the little bird's talking about.
I love that meme.
I think it's really funny because we had a joke in our group about Mike was the big bird after E3 because all he wanted to talk about was Smash. Even though none of us play it, no one in our group plays Super Smash Bros. But Mike's just like, "Oh, guys, Ridley's in Smash.
Pichu's back."
Yeah. God.
But the thing is like I haven't even played the newest Smash. I don't play Pichu, but to see him back on the roster made me a happy man. But yeah, okay, so Europe is trying to get memes to be illegal.
Yeah, to copy. They're basically trying to copyright the memes so that you can't use them like any other copyrighted picture on the internet.
I mean, I don't want to alienate anybody here, but I really think the EU should just disband because it's a tyrannical organization that's trying to fucking impose its will on you. You have a I don't know how many countries in the EU, like 30 or something like that, and they all have very different histories, very different cultures, and then you essentially have this tyrannical organization that's based in one of their countries saying they're going to call the shots for everybody, and it's already falling apart with the whole migrant crisis that they're having because Hungary and Poland have basically said, fuck you, we're not taking any migrants because we had nothing to do with the wars that caused them in the first place, basically, and you can eat shit, essentially. So yeah, I really think the EU is a stupid idea.
But like,
how about I see light that ciggy up, Eric.
I see the value of the currency union. Like that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. I think make a like just because like the EU, all the countries are so small. It's like, do you really want a different currency for each fucking country?
I think that's as far as it needed to go, was just having the same currency.
Yeah, once it's reached this point of like we're gonna tell you how to dictate laws in your own fucking homeland.
But they should essentially run it like the states, and how each state has very different laws and stuff, and they basically run themselves, but they're part of the USA.
Yeah, but in the EU, I'm not sure how it works in the EU, but in the EU, I'm not sure if you vote on your representative in the EU. They might just be assigned by the Prime Minister, whereas in the States, you vote for your own representatives. So
I don't know how it works.
That could be a different policy also. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about the EU and everything, so I don't know how much I can like comment on this.
Let's really make a difference and affect people's that are living in our union's lives better by trying to get memes legalized or illegal. Like what the what the fuck? What's the point? Like what do you? What's the point?
That's another example of the EU just thinking that they seem to think they have this insane amount of fucking power and can essentially like they're tyrannical, they're tyrants, they really are.
It's just so really, like, pointless.
Yeah, but I mean, like apparently they're doing it because people are complaining. Like the people who do own the photos. And some of the memes are complaining about how, I'm not getting any compensation for this becoming a viral meme.
How many memes are there? Like at a single time, there's like what,
hundreds.
maybe 30 in like popular rotation.
Oh yeah, popular rotation. Yeah, there's
You
not.
you want to make money off of it? Like what, you're trying to change laws for like 30 people.
Yeah, but then like people are fucking greedy, and then but it's not even just that. It's like a lot of corporations might even own the fucking photos at this point.
I guess.
So that might be a big part of it.
I'm sorry,
But-
I cut you off there, Eric. I'm sorry.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. I thought I cut you
Oh,
off.
well, kind of, but it was a while ago.
Oh,
Wow, Mike doesn't even care.
I said I'm sorry.
Yeah, like 4 minutes late.
Do you remember what you're gonna say, my friend?
Something.
No, I
about
think I was just gonna say. Well, I did want to bring up. It's kind of like it hasn't been in the news as much recently, but there was this big stink going back a couple months ago, when Poland specifically said they weren't taking in any refugees, and people were, ignorant Westerners who don't know their head from a fucking hole in the ground or couldn't find their ass with both hands. Why is Poland so fucking racist? It's like, well, if you knew anything about the history of Poland, within the past 100 years, they were invaded by fucking Nazis and had 1 million people killed. And then they were taken over by fucking commies and had thousands of people killed. And now they've decided, no, you know what? This is Poland. This is the homeland of the Polish people. And we're not going to allow large groups of any foreign influence into our fucking country.
Oh.
And that's their right. That's what the Polish people overwhelmingly want. That's called the right of self-determination that every country is supposed to have.
That's what
you don't see any of these fucking shitheads telling Saudi Arabia, which is one of the wealthiest countries in the world, that they need to take in refugees, because they won't take in a refugee either. That shows you how much they love their, quote, Muslim brothers, even though they're a rich fucking nation, and it's a Muslim nation, so you'd think that Muslims would assimilate easier into a Muslim country.
But the thing is, would you really want to live in Saudi Arabia?
No.
Just think of the desert. Ugh, just the heat.
And how women aren't people.
Ignorant
Women
liberal
can drive
college
down
kids
there.
who criticize Poland can eat my fucking shit off a plate.
No, it's true. It's like it's their country, and they decided what to do with it. That's exactly like what you said. It's their fucking right. I saw this thing where it was like it was comparing like these Trump camps for refugees to basically the concentration camps that the Nazis had for Jews.
Yeah, they're really putting people in fucking gas chambers.
And okay, and it was
I
like
don't
this.
think anyone ever said that.
No.
People in gas chambers, though.
And like, and the people were saying is like this is how it starts, and they're like, no, this is like already when it was going on, and it's like you're gonna compare what Trump is doing with the refugees to what the Nazis did to the Jewish people. You're really gonna fucking compare that?
I think you've already I don't think this is. It's not a fair comparison.
It's not.
Meanwhile, though, are people really so fucking stupid that they think this shit didn't happen under Obama?
Well, there have been reports about how maybe like the separation of kids from families would happen once every like 6 months under Obama, but meanwhile under Trump it's happening all the time. I mean, it just now got reversed where they're going to stop taking kids away from their parents, but it did happen very rarely under Obama.
What is happening with the refugees and the kids and whatever? That is terrible. I'm not trying to take it away from what's going on with that, but it's not anywhere close to what they were doing with Jewish people.
That's not a fair comparison.
It's completely not.
I also never got the logic where the compassionate thing to do is to let them come to the States. Wouldn't the compassion, like if you care about the world and you want the whole world to be a better place, wouldn't the compassionate thing to do to be working on making Mexico better so that they wouldn't want to leave in the first place?
But we need Mexico's permission to like help them, right? Like I don't know what we're doing to help Mexico. But I mean,
you're right. You're right in the sense, like you are right.
Mexico's
like
having elections. Like I think this week or next week on like almost across the fucking nation. They're voting on like mayors of like almost all the big cities. Like Mexico City's mayor is getting voted for. The president, a lot of fucking representatives are getting voted for. So hopefully, I mean, I think 60 people have already been murdered by cartels like that were running for office. Like it's fucking scary as shit.
That is scary
to be in Mexico, like and run for office and try and change shit.
And see, the thing is, like, if you look at things on a global scale, like in terms of, I'm talking about not like the cartels and the incredible violence, that's a separate issue. But if you look on things, I'm talking about like general standard of living, what they call like the GDP and like general like human rights index, all that shit. Yeah. Mexico, on a global scale, they're pretty middle of the road. People there have about the same standard of living as they do in Russia. And this whole thing with Mexicans crossing the borders in large numbers, that didn't really get started until the mid-'90s. Prior to the mid-'90s, yes, Mexico had a lower standard of living than in the States, but you didn't have this massive amount of people fleeing the country.
Yeah, because a lot of it back then was just like they would come work for a season, and then they'd go right back to Mexico. And then they'd come back for a season, come work, go back to Mexico. But now, now the thing is they can get in, but then if they leave, or then they can't get back. And if they go, or if they do get back, they can't come back. So they're just like, we'll just stay and send our money through Western Union or some other way.
Yeah, that's part of it. And another problem is the mid-'90s is when the cartels started to fucking gain a lot of power. And I don't know, like they're at the point now with the cartels. It's like they have so much power in that country. I don't know if there's, I mean, short of literally mobilizing their military to literally just storm cartel strongholds and kill them all, I really don't think there's a lot they could do. You have, like, this was maybe about a year ago, but there was literally a point where, as a show of power, a cartel took a dump truck full of bodies and dumped it on the front lawn of a police station.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So when they have that much power,
yeah, there's not much you can do unless
short of mobilizing the military to literally hunt them down.
Yeah.
What else can you really do?
Nothing,
I don't know. Hope that's just it. I don't fucking know. Like John Oliver did a piece on Mexico this week, and that's how I know about the Mexican elections. And
I can't stand that guy.
Why don't you? Okay,
like
whatever. Yeah, I think John Oliver's pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what they can do by voting different representatives either.
I don't think it will change much. Like, if it's that bad, it's that bad. But I don't know. Who knows?
John Oliver is I can't stand how fucking partisan that type of humor is. It's like if a Democrat shit in their mouth, they'd swallow it with a smile on their face. But
that's not
if a Republican spit on the sidewalk, they'll call him a Nazi. You know what I mean?
No, he's pretty. He'll make fun of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like he's definitely liberal leaning, but it's not like he's
when liberals are being fucktards, he still makes fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, when America opened its borders to like Cuba, like a lot of like they were all put in like refugee camps and stuff, and no one was saying like, oh, this is Nazi stuff. This is not they're treating them like the Nazis. No one fucking said that. But they're saying it's Nazi shit because it's literally Trump, and that was the whole thing when Trump was running. Everyone was always saying he's literally Hitler. He's literally Hitler, and it's like you're throwing that around so lightly. You are taking away the oh shit! I can't think of the word.
Gravity.
Yeah, the gravity. What the Holocaust was. When you're throwing that word around so lightly. Like, and it's really, I guess it's upsetting because I'm pretty fucking pissed off.
What even pisses me off more than that is I don't know why they always do this, but those fucking, it's become almost like a meme now, how Trump is Voldemort. And it's just like, oh, shut up.
And you guys really love defending Trump. Holy shit.
It's not even defending Trump. And that's not defending Trump.
Hold on, Mike. Can I get a fucking word in? It's not even defending Trump in the sense that, like, I think a lot of, like, the cult of personality that some people have around this guy is fucking creepy. I'll agree with that. I think that's cringy as fuck when people act like he's Jesus or something like that. I also think it's cringy as fuck when people act like he's the Antichrist. Because these same fucking people, where the fuck were they when Obama was bombing the shit out of Libya? Where the fuck were they when Obama was starting the war in Syria?
I agree totally.
They were sitting
Obama
at home with their
was not a
thumb
great
up their
president.
fucking ass.
Yeah, but in their eyes, Obama was
But
like,
the thing is,
Obama's Jesus, and if you criticize him, you're a racist.
people don't notice that stuff. They only notice the social thing that they talk about.
Yeah.
And Obama was super socially liberal, and Trump is very socially conservative because, like, that's the social aspect. Like, the society will think socially. Like, that's just how it is. So if you do things that are socially liberal, then the society is going to generally think, okay, that's nice, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Obama wasn't great. Like, he was bombing the fuck ton out of things. Like, he used more drone strikes than any president, mostly because another small part of it, I think, is because drones
just came out.
advanced so much
Yeah.
between Bush and Obama. But Obama also deported more people than Bush. But another deportation statistic I saw recently was, I think there are 600,000 Hondurans living in the U.S. illegally, and I think 22,000 have been deported. Meanwhile, there are 2.4 million Chinese living in the U.S. illegally, and I think 500 have been deported.
Wow.
So this isn't like an immigration issue. It's a we don't like brown people from the
Certain
South
type
issue.
people. Yeah.
You're right. That is, I'm not going to say that's not a part of it, but if the simple matter is of they're just racists who hate anybody who's white, then why would they be cool with Chinese in their country? And also, again, like right after, I remember seeing this piece, I think it was Newsweek or one of those other shit publications, where they were talking about how these same fucking assholes who sit there and go, immigration is what makes the country great. Then they go, the scary thing about Trump's immigration policies is there's going to be more white immigrants. And it's like, well, you literally, like, you're a fucking racist. Like, I mean, let's stop pretending. Like, the left is the modern day far left. They're openly racist towards whites. Let's just get it out there because it's true.
I don't think that it should be unfair to everyone, though. Like, if you're letting European immigrants come in, why aren't you letting Latino immigrants in? And again, I don't think the reason between they're okay with Chinese people being here is because it's not as obvious as the people coming from Mexico.
Yeah, but how many illegal European immigrants are there? That's the thing. Like, people never draw the distinction between legal and illegal anymore.
Well, okay, so two things I was going to say is it was not defending Trump at all.
I know it was a joke.
Okay,
I know you guys. I feel like you guys mostly don't agree with Trump.
No,
I don't know exactly, but he's a despicable human being in my eyes. Yes, he's not Hitler, but he's a despicable human being.
Yeah, he's a pretty shitty person. It wasn't defending him. It was just like, don't label him as something he's not when you're labeling him as something so serious.
Whenever he's gone, we'll have a new term and we'll call it Trump.
Yeah. For like a lighter Hitler light, Diet Hitler.
Pretty much, I think.
And
at
then
this
the
point,
other.
At this point, I think the far left, the only thing they'd be happy with is if the president was a gay black transsexual.
The other thing I was gonna say, Jesus Christ,
I don't think that's true because
the other thing I was gonna say. Let me get it out real quick.
And if he had a world, okay, go on.
People, if you like a certain candidate or you don't like a certain candidate, people will be blind to the bad things that they do, or they will be blind to the good things that they do. People that like Trudeau, oh, he's perfect. He's the best prime minister we've ever had. He's allowing the oil fucking thing to come in, the oil line, blah, blah, blah. Trump, oh, he's literally like making peace between Korea, and they're still just like, no, he's a piece of shit asshole.
The thing I would like to know is,
they don't give him credit to him.
Would Korea have come out of isolation like this if Trump wasn't president?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's the biggest question I have. And yeah, I mean, if everything goes well with fucking North Korea, like if the Korean Peninsula gets denuclearized, then fucking kudos to fucking Trump. You did something right. You did something right in your presidency.
That is very true. What Mike was saying, though. Like, I swear, like if Trump cured cancer tomorrow, they'd bitch about how he's putting doctors out of work.
So
even
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And even when Obama was president and he took out Bin Laden, you even saw, I remember seeing these interviews with these like backwoods rednecks being like, well, you know, I never liked Obama, but he got Bin Laden and I got to give it to him for that.
Oh,
so even they were more willing to bend than these fucking far left freaks.
Yeah.
And
oh no, and that's amazing.
In 2040, they're going to elect a gay, black, transsexual communist as president,
bringing the joke back.
And he'll start World War III, but anybody who protests that they don't want to die in World War III will just be called a racist homophobe.
All right, so I have two things to say. One, Trump did do something good that I like at the very beginning. The very beginning of his presidency, he brought us out of TPP because Trans-Pacific Partnership, that was the stupidest fucking deal in the goddamn world. Even Bernie Sanders was like, "Good job, Trump. You fucking did it." And then
you know what? And props to him for admitting that, because his followers sure as fuck couldn't admit it. But anyways, go on.
I'm one of his followers, and I'm admitting it. Anyway, Trump is now like all the bad parts of TPP. There's a bill somewhere floating around that are going. It's going to bring all the bad parts of TPP back.
I don't even know
also,
what this is.
One thing. Oh yeah. So in my hometown, whenever I was working at a grocery store, when Obama was president, there was this lady who her husband had like some disease or something. And she's like, yeah, we wouldn't have been able to pay for it without Obamacare. And she's like, I'm still going to vote him out of office, but we wouldn't have been able to do it without Obamacare. I'm just like, what the fuck?
You're fucked. Thank you, Obama, but get the fuck out of the White House.
Exactly. It's like, you realize if you vote Obama out of office, the next person's going to try to take away that health care you used to save your husband's life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, Trump hasn't been able to do that because so many people are like, no.
It works.
Like
keep
this.
It in.
And
yeah.
we're going to fucking protest if you try to take it away. And luckily, the protests work, but goddamn, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like the fact that like Americans have like medical debt is like, that's so sad, man. Like,
that's the number one cause of bankruptcy in the U.S. I think.
Oh, I live in America. I have cancer. Oh, I'm bankrupt now. Like, do I die or do I just like have no money for the rest of my fucking life? What do I do? You know, like that's fucked up.
Like that's it. Like you are just paying off that debt your entire life. You're getting you're dirt poor for the rest of your life.
That's bullshit, man. That's so dumb.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah. So let's calm it down. Let's talk about fun stuff.
Do we have any fun stuff?
Yeah,
don't read in your mind if you want fun stuff.
I know that.
Let's talk about TanaCon.
Well, wait. Well, let's close with that. I want to talk about ADGQ real quick. It's just started this week. I'm ready to see the cringe comms coming out of it because ADGQ has been
the source of all cringe.
I think every year it just gets worse and worse and worse because of its new management, and it's trying to be way over PC. I don't want to get too into it because we're running out of time. But like today, and like I think they're just running out of games. So today I was watching it, yesterday or something. Anyway, somebody was running Cool Spot for the Super Nintendo, and I just was like, who cares? Like, back when it was like they were running like Final Fantasy and Mario and shit, like that was entertaining because it was these big games that everybody wanted to see. Now when I'm watching ADGQ, it's all these like games like I've never even fucking heard of, and it's
They're playing Super Metroid right now.
Okay, and that's great. But another thing is, the other thing I wanted to talk about was that game that used to be the Ender. I don't know if it's ending right now.
Super Metroid?
Yeah, it used to be an Ender because there's a big donation thing for saving the animals at the end of the game and stuff. And the fact that that's the same thing, they do that every year. It's like, I just don't care anymore. For like 2 years, sure, like pump that, make it a thing, but like pick a different game with alternate endings.
I feel like traditions are nice to have, though.
I guess. I think I'm just getting out of ADGQ.
Traditions bring like familiarity, and that's what I feel like. They're bringing people back.
Yeah, people that want to take part in the bid war.
I'm just living for those cringe comps, man.
And that's what it's become for me, because like last year I remember I turned it on and they were running Pac-Man World 2, and I make this joke a lot, or not even the joke, this statement a lot, that it's just like, who fucking cares? Like, who's devoting their life to running Pac-Man World 2, and like, why the fuck would anybody watch this? Like, it's some fucking shitty game, and that's what's left. Is
Pac-Man World 2 just like normal Pac-Man, or is it like a platformer?
It's a platformer. Okay. It's like a 3D platformer.
Instead, they should watch a loop of those Pac-Man ghosts anime girls twerking.
Mike's gonna have to like link the video now.
I would much rather watch somebody just play Super Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time again to see the slight changes in runs that every year they find than watching Pac-Man World 2.
But see, talking about speed runs, World of Warcraft Mythic Plus's speed runs.
Oh yeah.
Those are gaining like a lot of popularity, and like I
love them.
WoW actually devotes like a lot of money and time into these, because I love DMDI, Mythic Dungeon Invitational. Like watching it is so much fun because you get to see like these are the top tier fucking players. Like these are the people that now I can't think of the word.
Mythics?
Whenever they tryhards.
Yeah.
These are the tryhards of the Mythic Dungeon world, and like it's fucking crazy. But Preach Gaming did a video about Mythic Pluses.
Preach?
BFA, yeah. His name is
Testify.
He did a video because in BFA you cannot change gear while in a Mythic Plus. Okay. And so many people are like, okay, that's all right because I don't do it. But like the 1%, like the good players, like the tryhards did it. And like I was just getting into that, and I'm like, I'm kind of sad now because I was getting into fucking changing my gear. Yeah. So
I was thinking about.
I'm disappointed that they did that.
I was thinking about doing it with legendaries because I got a legendary that's really good with AOE pulls, and I was like, do I really want to like change my ring and my legendaries?
Yeah, it's super easy. You just make fucking gear sets, and then you can, like the built-in gear sets, you know, and you can drag those onto your UI in a bar. So
no, I know it's easy. It's just being lazy, and it's just clicking buttons, but that's WoW, right? So let's talk about TanaCon. TanaCon was TanaCon was founded by Tana Mongu. She's a YouTuber. She's in Monagao. How do you pronounce it?
Mogo. Not Mogo or something like that. It's really weird. It's
Tana
French.
Mongo.
Anyways, I don't want to alienate anybody here, but I think if you enjoy that shit, you probably have low intelligence.
Yeah, she's
No, Tana's videos.
Well, okay, so she's one of these storytellers, and it's literally like, my Uber driver tried to rape me. So it's very clickbaity, and it's
then
like
an alien fucked my ass at Target.
It's a 20-minute video with 10 different ad rolls, and it's all clickbaity stories that fucking go nowhere. And you know
what? I swear to God, I'm not gonna say she is attractive. There's no denying it.
Yes.
But I thought she was my age. She's like 19. How the fuck does she look 30 at 19?
Because
There's
girls
no way
these
she's
days,
19.
yeah, she's 19. Because girls these days, they all get plastic surgery, and it all makes them fucking look older, and it's disgusting. And
How the fuck is she 19?
I know,
Yeah,
dude.
see what I'm saying? She looks like a hot 30-year-old, not a hot
I wouldn't say 30.
19-year-old.
To me, she looks like she's like 24, 25.
Yeah, I was like maybe mid-late 20s.
Yeah, the fact that she's 19, it's just kind of fucked up. And like she's like 75% plastic now, because that's... Anyways, regardless, she's pretty shitty. She's not funny. She's hot. That's all it is. I follow her on Instagram. I hate her, but like, goddamn, does she look good in a fucking bikini? So anyways,
God, Mike.
Yeah, but you can say
so
that about
better
100
people.
million chicks that aren't
Yeah.
dumb as shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
okay, and I follow like over 1,000 girls.
Okay,
all
well,
right, on
unfollow
Instagram.
Tana then.
Wow, what a life you must live.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have something to look at when I'm taking a shit or stroking my dick.
I would just watch porn. I hate Instagram. It's
Anyways,
cancer.
okay, let's get
You
on.
hate
Let's get
anything
into.
that is new
Yeah.
on the internet, Eric.
The
That's
guy
not
doesn't
true.
even.
I love memes.
Yeah, but you always bring up memes that
you
were
like
like popular
shitty
like
memes.
3 months ago. Like
Yeah,
you're so
you like
behind.
fucking shitty 4chan
Eric's
memes.
gonna talk about fucking Cave Sponge Man or whatever.
That's not true. I can't remember, but it was 2 episodes ago. I brought up a brand new meme that you guys had never even fucking heard of.
Yeah,
so.
but
It's because it's not real and it's
a
dying
4chan.
already.
Yeah.
Because I look for the
That's not gonna
obscure
take off.
memes because those are usually funnier.
Get over yourself, man. Oh, why do you have Instagram? Why do you like? Get over your fucking self.
Yeah, dude, anyone who uses Instagram, it's either a chick or just like, well, people like you, I guess, who just look at broads. But like,
Well,
how
there's
fucking
a lot of
empty
artists
and
on Instagram
shallow
and stuff.
Oh, artists, okay.
No, there are. I follow a lot of people that like do drawings and stuff. Anyways, let's talk about
You mean
TanaCon.
like that one guy who
Let's talk.
was arrested for writing death threats to the president with his own shit?
No, oh my god. I follow people that like draw comics and stuff, you fucking idiot. Can we talk about TanaCon? Oh man. So
TanaCon, it was a failure. That's all we need to say.
So basically she started it because there was another
VidCon.
There was another con going on that a lot of these big YouTubers that thought they were entitled to get into weren't allowed into VidCon. So Tana was like, I'm gonna start my own fucking con and fuck you. And so fun fact, she booked the same place that Mega 64 books their con. And the fact is the numbers that showed up for TanaCon were like triple what Mega 64 pulls, and they're like,
people are dumb
that
these
might be
days.
outdated knowledge because the police came out today and said that Tana alleged and TanaCon alleged that like 20,000 people came out. The police were like, no, it's more like 4,000 or 6,000.
oh, interesting. Well, I was watching the Mega 64 podcast, and they were talking about.
So she's pulling a Vince McMahon and inflating her.
Mike's the
attendance
only one
numbers.
allowed to talk right now.
Well, I'm in the middle of a sentence. Anyways, so I was watching Mega 64 podcast, and they were talking about like, okay, that's the room that we rent every week, or every year, and if they had 20,000 people there, there's no way 20,000 people can fit in that room. So, anyways. It was supposed to be free, but there were people that were paid to have VIP treatment. And the fact is people that bought this stupid VIP that flew out for this shit weren't allowed they were being denied access at the door and stuff because there's just so many people trying to get into this fucking stupid TanaCon.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
First of all, if she was so popular, why was she banned from VidCon? And
Because
second
she's not
of
as
all,
big as she thinks she is.
Oh, it just has to do with that. It's not like content or anything.
Well,
it's
it
just...
might be content too.
It's most likely content, is why. Because I mean, like, there's a lot of big YouTubers like that weren't at VidCon.
Yeah.
So
But
The people that run it didn't want her in, so she got butthurt.
yeah, it's owned by Viacom, right? And VidCon is now.
Oh, okay. And the second thing is, can you imagine having so much disposable income that you'd pay money for VIP kept pass to fucking TanaCon? And second of all, what the fuck would that entail?
It's like you go to like booths and like listen to them fucking talk or like meet them.
No, I mean, what would the VIP pass?
The VIP
I don't know.
You were supposed to
Would you
get
get
in.
to smell her ass or something?
You were supposed to get in ahead of everyone else that was the freebies, and you also got a gift basket that was, to quote Tana, going to be like cost way more than the ticket.
Do you know what
so
it
if you bought the
was?
ticket, you're supposed to get your money back in the
Probably.
gift basket,
do you want
even though the gift basket was just a condom.
Yeah, the gift basket was a phone case and a condom with her name on it.
Yeah.
Jesus, I was gonna guess and say a can of. I was gonna guess and say a vibrator and a can of spray tan.
Okay, so the fact that she's giving out condoms, did she realize that like 75% of the viewer base on like YouTube and like her viewers are like 12-year-old girls? Why the fuck are you handing out condoms, you fucking brain dead piece of shit?
Dude, can you imagine trying to raise a daughter in today's society? Like, I'd practically want to fucking homeschool her when Tana Mongo is like a role model for young girls.
That's why you raise them better and have them watch better YouTubers.
She does like meet and greets. Like I found out from iDubbbz, again, Content Cop. She does meet and greets. So like literally like little girls pay to like stand in line for hours so they can get like a picture taken with fucking. I don't understand this, and I've never been into like internet celebrity obsession, but like, holy shit, like. Why do you care?
And you guys wonder, like, why do you watch so much old shit? Well,
no, that's not fair. There's plenty of new shit that's great. Like you can't say, oh, you can't generalize because one creator is bad. All new shit is terrible.
That 12-year-old girls look up to a fucking fucktard.
And I love YouTube, and there's a lot of YouTubers that I do like. I'll never deny that, but yeah.
Like PewDiePie, I actually really enjoy. Like he does a book club now where he talks about like good books that he's read. Like the last one was 2 books by a Japanese artist, *Sapiens* by someone Harari, and *Mythos* by Stephen Fry. Like so, he does a book club now. So I've like really started to enjoy PewDiePie's videos.
He seems to have matured quite a bit.
Oh, he has, like for sure. Like he's actually really. But anyway, is that where we're gonna end it?
I think that's a good stopping point. I don't know if anyone has anything else to say.
No. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
All right, like, comment, subscribe. I can't. It's so funny how much of a fucking failure TanaCon was. Like, get the fuck over yourself.
Probably she's gonna do a video that'll say like some cop fucked her in the ass or something.
Yeah, and like it was like other people's faults and like she being oppressed and whatever. Fucking.
Let's talk about anal sex, kiddos.
Anyways.
Oh, like, dude,
comment.
Oh,
Why? What were you gonna say?
I think there's already an ADGQ cringe comp.
Oh, thank God.
2018.
Thank God. I'm gonna watch that right now. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week, folks.
I love ya.
Bye bye.